Life is sponsored by Jc Cooley.
Life is a series of circles and cycles, phases and stages. These are your experiences that teach you the lessons of life. You can either ignore them or embrace them. Welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. James is a motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the Jc Cooley Foundation. James is here to equip you to strive for greatness and to overcome adversity. It's time to get equipped today for the challenges of tomorrow. Now, here's the host of It's Your Life, Jc Cooley.
Hello, welcome to It's Your Life. I'm Jc Cooley, and I tell you that, I always say, and I tell you, and I say, wow. But my good friend, we got some serious wows on here tonight, and I'm a little nervous.
The real question is, are you tickled pink?
Not yet, because I'm a little nervous tonight, and I'm never nervous.
Wow, that's some pretty high stakes there, my friend.
I don't know if you had an opportunity to look at the program.
I did.
So you'll know.
Noticed a very familiar name there on the program.
Which is my identical twin. And it's a lot of things that we're going to talk about tonight, my friend, that I need answers to. If that makes any sense. And
well, that's why we have the show, to get those questions answered.
And nothing is staged. And just to give you a quick background, my daughter, the only daughter that I have out of my 4 kids, I'm talking about family, lost complete contact. For 4 years, I'm talking about no communication, no nothing. And you got Kyle and you got Kevin. Imagine
identical twins, loves of my life, apples of my eye.
Imagine going 3-4 years without really talking to them or communicating. What would that do to you?
Well, I can imagine. Let's just put it this way. I have got a small taste of that, very, very small taste, just in the last couple of years, JC, as they become, independent young men, and I don't see them nearly quite as often. And it's hard. It's some of the hardest things that I've ever had to go through has been to be an adult father of grown kids, especially being a single father of adult kids. And so if you would extend that into months or years, I could not even imagine. Couldn't imagine.
Just put it like this. We have to always be able to just put everything in God's hands. And even if we don't understand at that particular time, we have to put it in God's hands, because as it was said, and in the hand you have a birdie there, and you open your hands and the birdie flies away, and you think, over a period of time, if you put the right things in them, and this is Proverbs as well, I think that's 20:22, I'm not sure exactly what the verse is, they will always come back. And so I'm so happy, so proud to have my baby girl in studio with me right now. And she's going to explain to the world. Well, most importantly, she got to explain to me a lot of the things that was going on during that time. And Noah, when I tell you I don't know, so I'm afraid. And that's what I
wouldn't be afraid, man, because family is family at the end of the day. The one thing that I do know, and every situation is different, and I'm not invalidating any of your feelings, but family is family, and so there's love there. Circumstances happen, and you move through it together, my friend.
You move through it together. So I'm gonna tell you that most of the show will be turned over to my absolutely fantastic, sensational, beautiful wife, co-host, Michelle
I
Cooley.
think you left off about 18 adjectives there, my friend.
I wanted to add them all, but she gonna give me that look and say, "Hey, we got to get this started because we got so much to talk about." So I just want to say, "Hey, how you doing, Michelle?"
I'm doing good.
And Noah, this is probably the second time I've seen her today, ever since she went to.
I imagine. I just imagine throughout the day, you guys getting ready for the show together. It's usually the furthest thing from my mind that you guys don't see each other that much during the day.
I don't see her at all. Pretty much during the day because she worked from home. She goes up in her office. I get up and I do my 7-8 mile hike. It was so cold this morning, Noah.
But you did it, right? You did it today.
Come on, man. I'm not a quitter. I got to do it.
No, I know. You said you'd use alternative methods yesterday, but did you do it authentically today?
Authentically today, but guess what? I paid the price.
Uh-oh.
Man, I came back here, man. I was like an icicle. But 2 hours later, man, I did it.
Good. Proud of you. That's great stuff.
So I tell you what we need to do.
You're forgetting, though, one thing, JC.
It's Friday! You know what? This is one of them wow moments, man. It's Friday. It would be it's Friday night. And you know what? Michelle cannot even top that, even with a fake rap version that she probably try to put in to try to compensate for that. Well, how you doing?
It's okay, James. I actually just got it in from the panel of judges, and they have said today is James Cooley Friday. So you have won the day in the contest.
Wow, I want to get this show started.
Let's get going. I'm excited about it.
And you guys getting ready to hear my beautiful co-host speak. Michelle, first of all, can you tell our listening audience what's the title of today's show?
The title of today's show is Brittany Cooley, Her Past, Present, and Future.
Can you tell our listener audience what the purpose is?
The purpose of the show is getting to know the background of Brittany Cooley, her past, present, and future, discuss her challenges and how she overcame those obstacles, talk about the fear of failure, changing your mentality and the true meaning of growth and discipline.
Can you please introduce this absolutely fantastic, wonderful, beautiful guest? And I'm a little biased because that's my baby girl. Can you do that, Michelle?
Yes. Brittany Cooley is currently a member support specialist for Branch Insurance. Her focus in her role specializes in agency support, underwriting special projects, and improving customer client satisfaction to better help improve their overall experience. She has over 15 plus years combined working experience in the insurance industry, finance industry, and customer service. Facing life struggles in her mid-20s, Brittany had to regain her mental strength to get back on the right track for her future. Brittany has a passion for cooking and writing. Growing up, Brittany would write short stories as a hobby, but inspires to publish some of her work in the near future. These are her 5 key daily tasks for her Bible. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. Read it, meditate it, live right by it, do right for it, express it. The James Cooley Show is your live proudly presents Miss Brittany Cooley.
Hello, Brittany, baby girl. Welcome to the show. You know I'm a little nervous, and ever since you were born, they called you my identical twin. Can you please tell our listener on prior to the break, where have you lived, where you grew up, and the places, and then we're gonna go from there.
Well, thank you for having me on the show. As far as my upbringing, where I grew up, both my parents were military, so I was grateful to be able to travel and live in various places. I remember when I was younger living in Japan. I believe from Japan we had moved to Hawaii. From Hawaii to Maryland. Am I right? Maryland, I believe.
D.C.
Yeah. D.C.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
From D.C. to Texas. Texas to Virginia. Virginia back to Texas. California. So, and then just, of course, in between, just doing additional traveling. So, definitely lived in quite a few places, and I'm glad I was able to, see different parts of the U.S. and also the world.
Yeah, before we take the break, And I want you to be honest with everything, not just because you're here with Dad today. Who were your role models growing up and why?
Yeah, that's an easy one for me, and I'm definitely going to be transparent and honest. So I've always said that, and it's maybe a generic answer, one that you hear a lot, but it definitely was my parents. So yes, Dad, you are a role model to me, as well as my mother, in different aspects and in directions of how you guys are role models to me. More so to you, leadership. I've always seen you as a leader within my upbringing, and with Mom also being a nurturer, so it was that balance. I've learned a lot from both of you guys, so I look up to you for different things, but it actually meshes together. And of course, the reason why you guys are my role models, I can't think of anyone else.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, very good answer. If I would say anything else differently, I would still would have smiled at you and give you a hug. But, no, we have experienced a lot doing upbringing. We'll talk about a lot of those things later on, but right now we need to take a station break. But we're going to come back. And we're going to open up the lines immediately. If anybody want to call in, that's 1-888-344-1170. Again, that's 1-888-344-1170. It's Your Life from James Cooley.
There's more stories of greatness to...
James, I need you to turn up Brittany's mic a little bit, please.
Okay.
It's Your Life with James Cooley.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy,
Testing,
City
1,
Boy,
2, 3.
A Journey That Ain't Over Yet.
Testing,
Make sure
1, 2, 3.
I can't see, just make sure she stays close to the mic and we should be good. Okay. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version
Testing,
of
1,
Country
2,
Boy,
3.
City. That's good, right there. Okay. Whatever you did with proximity, that's good right there.
Okay.
Audio books are
So, Michelle, I want you to
The
take
Jc
over.
Cooley Foundation is a nonprofit organization that was started in October of 2014. The Jc Cooley Foundation continues to strive to expand its programs and offerings to the youth, young adults, and citizens of our great communities nationwide and overseas. We hope that you'll be able to take part in one or more of the many exciting events that we are offering this year and experience.
Oh, did a phenomenal interview on the warnings of not having a healthy social media lifestyle. Sent it your way, so you have something to listen to tomorrow on your hike, man. It was really good.
So you sent it to me already?
Individuals just like
I sent it to you about an hour ago.
And who was your guest? If I may
Her
ask?
name is Peyton Garland. She's a columnist and an author.
Okay.
$1,000. Your generosity will assist
Yeah, you'll like it. It's real good.
Okay.
to the youth.
You'll find out a little bit about me too and why I'm unplugged on so many social media platforms.
But
So.
you know that
Listen,
I am going
size.
to listen
The
to
Jc
that one.
Cooley
Now, you got
Foundation.
probably 3 times now since you said that.
Country boy, city boy.
Oh, I got your boy Danger Man, or our boy Danger Man, next week for a quick update. So.
Yeah, he told me that he's going to be
Nice.
doing some things with you.
Yeah, I'm excited. He's one of my favorite people, man. I mean, I know I say it, but I really mean it. He's so cool.
Roger is
They struggle to adjust from city life to country life and back again, sharing his hard-earned
He's got a huge heart too.
Absolutely.
in our next generation of leaders and heroes. Get your copy of Country Boy, City Boy, a journey that...
When did you say? Were you telling me that you're back in the studio?
We're back in studio the week of the 6th. So the 7th and 8th for sure of February. And maybe one other day during that time frame.
I will be shooting you a text or an email with the time I'm taking off because there's going to be a certain question posed to a certain person, and I will not be here for a week.
Is it during that week?
It's February. I don't want to say it in case this goes down social media, so I will text it to you.
Okay. All right.
Actually, I'll do it to you. I'll do it right now.
Okay.
lining up to push the transgender agenda on kids.
Anyone who challenges this new gender orthodoxy risks being canceled. And in fact, this documentary has already been banned from online streaming and can no longer be seen at Salem Now. The only way to see this incredible truth-telling program is on DVD. Get the DVD that corporate media doesn't want you to see. The tragedy of gender confusion at SalemNowStore.com.
Streaming now on the Answer San Diego app and Odyssey.com.
It's time to dream big, think big, and be big. It's time for more It's Your Life. Now, here's your host, James Cooley.
Hello, welcome back to It's Your Life. I'm James Cooley, and I tell you, we got this absolutely fantastic, wonderful guest. And I know she makes fun of me because she listens to my shows, and she's like, Dad, you always tell everybody they're fantastic and they're wonderful. That's not true. Everybody don't get the fantastic and wonderful, sensational, beautiful, all that. No, you already know what I'm talking about. Everybody don't get the same. If they ain't that way, they don't get it.
No. Sometimes you just gotta be in a kind of similar state of mind to be able to understand that.
And my great producer knows exactly what I'm saying. Cause
I know exactly what
I'm
talking.
Normally on the same sheet of music, and okay, Jc, you was right, or Noah, you was right. But I tell you, we got my baby girl. I have 4 kids, and she is number 3 or 4. And everybody call her my mini-me. And she's like me in, I'm telling you, a million ways because, I'm stubborn. I am hard. My kids would tell you I'm probably the hardest dad on record because I demand discipline. I demand attention. I demand perfection. And everything that you do, if you're not going to do it right, don't do it at all. It's just like, do it big or don't do it at all. Do it right or don't do it at all. And that might have been a challenge for me because everybody don't think that way. But that's okay. But I tell you what, listen on to. You want to be part of this conversation, that's 1-888-344-1170. Again, that's 1-888-344-1170.
Brittany, millennials, you are part of the millennial generation, and millennials are considered tech-savvy, family-centric, achievement-oriented, and team-oriented. Do you believe any of these characteristics describe you?
A few of them. Well, I would say I am team-oriented. Family-centric, definitely. Tech-savvy. I know a little bit of things, but I've noticed as I've gotten older, I like the simplicity of things. So, of course, for example, Android versus iPhones, you have more iPhone users or iPhone is more popular than Android. But there are more, for Android, it's more tech savvy. There's a lot of more things that you're able to do. I like the simplicity of things for the iPhone. But I try to stay in the know, of course, with, when it comes to technology. I'm not that old, and I'm not young like I used to be. But aside from that, I'm definitely a team player. But I look into, taking charge and being in a role where I can take the lead a little bit to, have additional direction.
Well, I'm not tech savvy at all, so I'm not even going to claim that. But, Brittany, people sometimes in our life, they personally see us one way. But how do you feel other people see you, and how do you see yourself?
I have a willingness to learn, and I say that because even within my role I am in currently now, I've only been with the company for a few months. Within 2 months, and I prayed about it, and I said, I need to get a promotion, and I need to, do something better for myself within the insurance field. I throw myself out there, and even growing up, my dad sometimes would say, or he would say all the time, is not about what you know, but it's also about who you know. So with that being said, I would talk to just about any person in leadership I would just, introduce myself. I would go ahead and just let people know, like, hey, I'm trying to, learn what you're doing, and, just kind of take on the additional projects. So I would definitely say that, doing that really did help me a lot.
Yes. Well, what do you consider your greatest attributes, and why do you consider that your greatest attribute?
Willing to listen. Like my dad said before, I grew up, I'm a very stubborn person at times. So I had to go through a lot of things to sit back and reflect on things that could have been done differently. And my problem was not actively listening, or, just listening enough to respond, but not comprehending, or, of course, have that comprehension part where I'm understanding what needs to be done or what I need to do to better myself. So through, the many trials and tribulations I've gone through, that was one of the key factor things that I had to become better equipped with. So.
Brittany, it's Noah here, producer, friend of your dad, and what's some of the biggest challenges that you faced as you become an adult, and then going through those particular challenges, I'm sure you learned something about yourself. What would you say after getting to the other side of those things that were particularly problematic as you were going through them, that you learned about yourself and you became a better person?
One of my biggest challenges definitely was just being really prideful. I don't like asking for help, and that has, it hasn't worked out in my favor. So, for example, if it's something that I need help with, I don't like to ask for help because I don't like to be dependent on people. When you're dependent on somebody, sometimes they can take advantage of that, or they tend to do things on their time. And a lot of people tend to not follow through. And, I can honestly say I've been one of those persons where, I didn't follow through with necessarily what I said or I was intending to do. So I would isolate myself. And that's how the whole, I guess, how I was going MIA, or I started going MIA, because I didn't want to be a burden to somebody. I'd rather just kind of go through the motions myself. When everything is back in order, I would pick back up and then just kind of throw myself back out there. And that was selfish of me. And I've done it quite a few times. So that was one of my greatest challenges. And along with that is also just facing those challenges. I've always would try to, hide behind the door or something to, just to kind of just pass it by and just not face it, if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense. And how did you come to the realization that you perhaps had to start somewhat relying on other people, or at least not just have that unhealthy sense of pride and say, okay, I can do this, I can do some of these things by myself, but let's not take it to the degree where if I have to ask for help, I'm able to do that, because sometimes you have to rely on other people.
That's correct. I've always said it's going to be a time, it's a time in your life where you are going to have to depend on somebody. You can't do everything yourself. And with that being said, I had to really find out who my support system is. It took a while because I always had this support system, but I didn't use the support system because I would back away from them, or, I wouldn't communicate with them. And like I mentioned earlier, that was something that was very selfish of me to do. So it definitely took some time, and just, internally analyzing myself and saying, you need to do better. You could have been, a lot of the things that you have gone through, it could have been prevented. And it took me more than 1, 2, maybe 3 tries for me to actually come to the realization that you have support system. You need to get together and you need to get back in order.
Wow. You know, Brittany, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because when we come back, I'm gonna really ask you the tough questions. When we get back, I'm gonna really ask you the tough questions about growth. You talked about missing in action. We're gonna talk about all of those things. So, no, I want to take a station break right now. The phone lines are open. If you want to be part of this conversation, that's 1-888-344-1170. We're gonna come back and we're gonna delve deep into this thing called MIA, missing in action. If you want to be part of the conversation, I just told you the numbers. It's your life. I'm James Cooley.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity. Coming up on It's Your Life with James Cooley.
There is much truth in a journey that ain't over yet, as all of us journey through life's precious gift of time, just like I have. Hi, I'm James Cooley, host of the James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And in the new audio version of my book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, you can join me as I share my true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. This is a must listen to for anyone who thinks they're stuck in life or need to understand that their current situation is not their final destination. Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet is the unfiltered truth to provide hope for the future by challenging you to refuse to become a victim of life's circumstances and dare to be an overcomer, because a bigger, better, and a more impactful life awaits you. Get the new audio version of my book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet on Amazon and wherever audiobooks are sold.
The Jc Cooley Foundation continues to strive to expand its programs and offerings to the youth, young adults, and citizens of our great communities nationwide and overseas. It's our mission to equip the youth of today for the challenges of tomorrow. We ask that you make a commitment to support our annual appeal by making a cash donation. Your generosity will assist us in making a difference in the lives of the youth in our community. You can give online at cooley-foundation.org. The Jc Cooley Foundation thanks you in advance for your contribution.
Come on, D-Man.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
Before Bamboo HR, I feel like crying just thinking about it.
We were still handling everything via paper, and we literally had paper stuff. It was all in spreadsheets and like folders. From the moment I started using it,
JC,
yes.
As soon as I just shot you, I've just been kind of thinking outside of the box, and I just had a very unique thought as far as sponsorships go, as far as the show as a whole. So I just sent you my idea over email.
Okay. So you sent that just me and you on that one, because I sent you a a second ago, and Michelle said, "Well, I did not know. I did not know that, but I checked." Yeah,
it was you. Yeah, well, I put Michelle on it. You, me, and Michelle.
Okay. Hey, looking forward to it, my friend.
And we'd love to say. What did you just send me?
No. It was just when I sent you the email, like, hey, no, you got to break two questions into one, and she said she was not on the email.
BambooHR.com/HR.
And then I noticed
The answer
she
San
wasn't
Diego,
on it.
streaming now.
And so that's
and
why
Odyssey.com.
Okay. Here we go, my friend.
It's time to dream big, think big, and be big. It's time for more It's Your Life. Now, here's your host, James Cooley.
Hello, welcome back to It's Your Life. I'm James Cooley, and I tell you, this is a very sensitive moment for me. It's a very touching moment for me as a parent, and just wanting the best for your kids and wanting to set the best foundation and being the best role model that you can be, that they would look up and see their parents and say, okay, I want to be like that, I want to follow or I don't want to be that way. And sometimes we all have challenges where we as individuals, once you turn 18, man, you talk about this all the time. Once our kids turn 18, they can do whatever they want to do. I mean, because they can't do that, but I'm talking about without our blessing, they can. And a lot of times that's painful, my friend.
Yeah, it's painful because you've been living a life where it's been one way for, 17 straight years. It doesn't have to be an exact number, but, for a long time. And then suddenly it shifts in the other direction. And as the adult, that we're so attached to our young ones, it's kind of hard to make that adjustment.
It is. And I'm going to say something that my grandma used to always tell me, that anybody that been reading my book or my new audio book just came out, Country Boy, City Boy Journey, it ain't over yet. The new audio book by Jc Cooley, go get it everywhere you can get books. It's my grandma and my aunt and uncle used to say that we all, as kids, we follow around our parents. Whatever they do, we follow just like ducklings or chicks or whatever. You know what I'm talking about, 4 or 5. Anytime that we feel that we don't
get used to it.
Yes, you get used to it because that's what it is. But no, my point is, anytime your kids or whatever step in front and feel that they don't have to listen to you or follow you or do anything anymore, it's time to just sit back, pull back, because once they become of age, they make the decision for themselves. We just hope that we put the right things in them, that they understand what we were trying to do. And this is not geared toward Brittany, my daughter, but she is one of my kids. But this is geared toward all young adults, that when you start smelling and they say when you start smelling your own butt and you don't follow around your parents or whoever that's leading you, it's time for you to take ownership and be on your own until you figure it out. And that's a tough lesson, but we all learn that lesson, Noah.
Yeah, and like I said, again, age is a number, and so it kind of happens differently for different people in different families, but it's something that, everybody's got to go through it. It's all about, as we say on the show, phases and stages. We all go through that stage.
Phases and stages. And I know my older kids are listening, and they can call in if they want to, and anybody else will want to call in. And if you don't understand, that's 1-888-344-1170. Again, that's 1-888-344-1170. Brittany, my baby girl. Now, you went and you said in your own words that you went missing in action. One of the things that pains me, and it still pains me because we have not had this conversation, and probably pains your brothers, is why did you do this, and why didn't you feel that you can turn to us, family? And that was a 4-year, and I'm still feeling it today. Can you explain to me, and this first time on air, I'm telling you that I'm asking this question, can you explain that to me and your mother, which is probably listening as well, and your brothers?
Well, as far as my upbringing, when it comes to you directly as well as Mom, you are growing up, and even till this day, I feel as though you are difficult to talk to. I believe that you have instilled, or you built expectations of me, and knowing these expectations, if I'm not able to follow through with it, if it's not something that I just don't feel it's in my nature, it's a form of failure, like I'm failing you. Even growing up, I've always had a better communication style, or more open to talk to Mom about things. It's always been like that. As far as my brothers, my youngest brother, we grew up together. I never really had that relationship, or that solid foundation of a relationship with my 2 older brothers. I love them equally. I love them as much as I love you guys, as my parents. But I don't believe we were a solid family, and that's on both sides of the family. It's really hard to open up to you without feeling as though I'm being judged, without feeling that you're going to belittle me, and even knowing that you are a direct person, outspoken. I get it because I am as well. But what you say to me, it does matter, but you have to be mindful of how you say things. So I say even up until this point, you and Mom didn't work out. I was actually more happier and blessed when you guys both found, when you found Michelle and when Mom found Eric. You guys' mentality changed. There's a balance between you and I was able to see a different side of you when you got with Michelle as well as Mom getting with Eric. And it changed the mentality and how you guys go about things. And I would always sit back and think, like, when you guys were single parents, there's more of a toll, there's more stress, especially with raising us. And I'm not saying that you necessarily took that out on me, but just coming to you and me being your only daughter and you have 3 other sons, I couldn't come to you, or I didn't feel comfortable coming to you when it came to things that I would discuss with another woman. And, just the best way to put it is, I never had that solid foundation where it's like I can just talk to you about anything, and I always wanted that. Although I know you're not my best friend, you're my parent, but knowing you and knowing that some of the characteristics that you have and I have, we would butt heads more than Mom and I, butting heads. So, going MIA, it hurt me to go MIA, and it hurt me even more to know that I'm hurting you guys, and you guys are reaching out to me, and you guys have to go in different avenues to try to contact me, wondering if I'm still alive. I don't even know how far you guys have to go to figure out where I'm at. Every now and then I may pop in, send you a text message, and then I'll block you. I didn't have that communication with my brothers. I cut everybody off. It was a lot of things that I couldn't open up to you about, and I kept and I held it inside. And I had to really sit back and reflect, and I had those moments that I'll just be in my room, and I just have to pray about it and just say, what, God, when is it that, what is it going to be for me to, reunite with my parents and my family? One last thing I do want to say, I could say about 4 years ago when I wasn't, when we wasn't talking, I actually prayed about this moment. I have a diary that I still carry with me to this day. And it has all the trials and tribulations I've been through, my testimonies, and I'm open about that. From me living in a homeless shelter, from me losing everything, from me being arrested, being in cuffs, nobody's perfect, but it took me a while for me to really come to the realization that you are even digging a deeper hole in yourself by shutting out the people that love you the most.
Wow. Listening audience, I'm telling you the truth, and you guys can ask Brittany. This is the first time I'm hearing this. I just know that I haven't talked to my daughter in 4 years, up to about, how long, 2 months ago, a month ago? I'm talking about no communications. And as a parent, I believe that we all make mistakes. And all 4 of my kids will tell you my expectations for them. I am so, I want them to be successful and achieve whatever that their potential give them to do. And a lot of times I look at my kids and I say, wow, you guys should be just like me. doesn't always work that way because everybody's personality is different. And Brittany, I just want to say to her, I'm sorry, but I'm still the same guy, and my expectations are still as when you was 3, 4, 5, 15 in college and all that type of stuff. But I have learned to let bygones be bygones. I have learned to accept whatever happened a few years back where we were not communicating. I have learned to accept these things, and guess, Brittany, it just took me looking at you when you pulled up to the house to pick up your younger brother. It just took that look, and I said, "Get out." Dad came back. You got out the car, and I don't even know how to say this, but Michelle was telling me that she envisioned this was going to happen one day. Michelle, we got 1 minute left. You want to say anything?
I've been praying for this for a long time. I've been praying for you to reunite with Brittany. And it was all in God's hands. I just prayed because I know that you miss and you love your daughter deeply. And, you know, I know she misses and loves you. I just prayed and left it in his hands. And God opened a window when Josh came here, when Brittany picked him up. I'm like, okay, God is using Josh's vision here to bring and to unite you two. So.
Wow. You know, I tell you, I'm touched right now, and I just need to take a station break right now, Noah. But we're going to come back after the station break, and we're going to pick up this great conversation and continue to talk to my beautiful daughter, and she is extremely intelligent. And I tell you want to be part of this conversation, that's 1-888-344-1170. Again, what's the number, Brittany?
1-888-344-1170.
It's your
life.
I'm James Cooley. We'll be back shortly.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity. Coming up on It's Your Life with James Cooley. The Jc Cooley Foundation is a nonprofit organization that was started in October of 2014. The Jc Cooley Foundation continues to strive to expand its programs and offerings to the youth, young adults, and citizens of our great communities nationwide and overseas. We hope that you'll be able to take part in one or more of the many exciting events that we are offering this year and experience firsthand the pride we take in supporting our cause. It's our mission to equip the youth of today for the challenges of tomorrow, and we rely heavily on the generosity of individuals and business owners for support. Without the assistance of community-minded individuals just like you, we wouldn't be able to serve our youth each year. We ask that you make a commitment to support our annual appeal by making a cash donation. This year's goal is $50,000. Your generosity will assist us in making a difference in the lives of the youth in our community. You can give online at cooley-foundation.org. Remember that every donation makes a difference regardless of size. The Jc Cooley Foundation thanks you in advance for your contribution.
Country Boy, City Boy, a journey that ain't over yet. The true life coming of age story by James Jc Cooley. Using humor, wit, and engaging storytelling, James paints a picture about his arrival in a rural deep south town and realization that life would never be the same. Cooley lays out his struggle to adjust from city life to country life and back again, sharing his hard-earned lessons to educate, encourage, and enlighten our next generation of leaders and heroes. Get your copy of Country Boy, City Boy, a journey that ain't over yet by James Jc Cooley, available on Amazon and everywhere books are sold.
I didn't want my people calling me on my personal cell phone.
Are you tired of exposing your retirement to stock market risk? How would you like to participate in stock market gains but never stock market losses? Join David Dorr for the Retirement Income Show every Saturday at 10 a.m. and Sunday at 6 a.m. on The Answer San Diego. You can also call David for your free customized retirement income kit and a 115-page retirement and income book. Call 844-460-SAFE. That's 844-460-SAFE. 844-460-7233.
But it's completely free.
Tell me why Relief Factor is so successful in lowering or eliminating pain. I'm often asked that question. Pete and Seth Talbot, the father and son founders of Relief Factor, tell me they believe our bodies were designed to heal. The doctors who formulated Relief Factor selected the 4 best ingredients, 100% drug-free ingredients that each help your body deal with inflammation. Order the 3-week quick start now. Discounted to only $19.95 to see if it will work for you too. Call 800-500-8384. ReliefFactor.com.
FM 96.1 North County and AM 1170 San Diego. The Answer.
It's time to dream big, think big, and be big. It's time for more It's Your Life. Now, here's your host, James Cooley.
Welcome back to the James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. Listening audience, we have Brittany Cooley, and we're talking about her past, present, and future. And if you want to be part of this conversation, please call in at 1-888-344-1170. It's 1-888-344-1170. Brittany, I think a lot of us, imagine if we can travel back in time and visit our younger selves, what advice would we give ourselves? So if you can travel back in time and visit your younger self, what advice would you give yourself?
Listen to your parents the first time. Just growing up, your parents, they carry wisdom. So it's a lot of those. I've been there, done that. So to prevent you from being in that situation or predicament, they try to forewarn you. And I'm a stubborn person, and that's not a good thing at all. So I have been one of those types of. I've been that type where it's like, okay, I need to learn for myself, and even with just minor things now, I still carry some of those ways. And I know I'm not a perfect person. I'm a work in progress, but that's something I have to go and work on. So yes, I would say to listen to your parents, take their advice. At the end of the day, you make your own decisions, but I would say I definitely would have told my younger self that back then.
Everyone has different characteristics and qualities from their mother and father. What qualities do you see in yourself that come from your father and also your mother?
I'll go with my mom first. So I'm deeply I'm a nurturer. I love to just be also just a big support system with friends, with coworkers. I always say that one day when I do decide to have kids, I know I'm going to be a wonderful mother. I'm a deep nurturer. That's the first thing for my mom. My dad, leadership. I used to hear this, or I still do hear this now. I can see you in a leader role, or you're going to be something one day. You just have to believe in yourself. Even the most recent interaction I've had when I just purchased my recent car, the salesperson, his last name is Cooley. And he said, just from speaking with you, I know I know your parents were, good people, and I see yourself in a leadership role, and that's something. Of course, my dad, that's one of the biggest qualities that he has. So that's what I would say.
Wow, Brittany, and I still do see you as that leader, because you got so much untapped potential that and talent, not just that, but wisdom, that you can do a whole lot of things if you set your mind to. I think we got somebody on the phone that you know dearly. Noah, can you introduce the caller?
Yeah, Brittany, here on It's Your Life, it's your older brother, James.
How you doing, Brittany?
I'm doing good, big brother. How you doing?
I am actually doing all right.
But yeah, I actually did want to, first off say that, it's glad to see and hear from you again. It has definitely been a long time. I actually had forgotten the way your voice sounds, so, also to, Michelle, Dad, Noah, I actually did want to let it be known that, the conversation, I'm actually grateful that I have an opportunity to hear this. This is a conversation I knew you guys were going to have, but thought that this might be, kind of a one-on-one behind closed doors. So I'm actually appreciative for the format that you guys chose to go about this, But what I really wanted to say is, first off, I'm actually glad that, you're alive, well, and, open to, pretty much, be in a situation where, you guys are us as a family. You have really been missed. And, I definitely know that, I've kind of spoken to you over the years, mainly through social media. But, it's actually different being that, there's definitely been concern about your well-being. Haven't really been able to kind of reach out to you directly really on any format or, platform to, pretty much see what's going on. But did want to let you know that, like I mentioned, there's other people, your nieces, people have been concerned about you. I love you, and even though we have spoken, it's different being that, sometimes people get so comfortable with social media that it kind of takes the form of a relationship, and, we've definitely spoken a lot on social media, but, we've never really met each other in person as adults. That's a fact. So, in your absence, I did want to let you know that, you spoke earlier about a support system, and, you've actually unknowingly, kind of been factored into other people's support system. Mine's especially being you're my only sister. And, I've actually had the responsibility of raising a daughter, and, I really, really kind of, regret that relationship as far as, auntie-daughter, that relationship never really kicked off the way, I kind of was hoping, when factoring you into my support system. But, we love you, and, it's definitely one of those situations where...
90 seconds.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but...
No, I was just going to say I love you too, big bro. It's just, I want to, rehabilitate all of my relationships, especially with, my nieces and nephews and just family as a whole. I would definitely want us to come together because we haven't had that family structure. I know we're, kind of spread out all over, but I definitely want to, solidify relationships and grow and just take it one day at a time.
Wow. We're down to our last 45 seconds, 50 seconds, and I just want to say that this is a 2-hour show. I would love to pick it up again, and I would love to have Brittany, that you come back on, and JR, my oldest, that you be a part of this. And I just want our listeners to know that God is good and there is hope, regardless of whatever situation that you might think you're in. And I just want to say that Brittany and I and the family is back together again, and we're going to stay together again. And if there is any things that we have to do to make sure that this relationship and family stay together, we would do that. So, Brittany, thank you so much for taking the time to be on the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Michelle, you always doing all the heavy lifting. Thank you so much. Noah Dingley, thank you so much, my friend, for always making sure that we get great content and you put everything together. I'd like to thank my listener audience for always tuning in to It's Your Life, and we're always looking for sponsors so we can continue to bring this great message. I want everybody to have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We'll be back Monday actually tomorrow, but we'll be back live Monday, same time, same place, and you can listen to the show in Dallas Market.
Thanks for joining us for It's Your Life with James.
All right, man.
To learn more about James,
hey, I'm gonna look at those emails
or become a guest. Visit cooley-foundation.org.
Was the show
Join
okay?
James,
No, it was very raw, but I mean that in a very good way. No, it was great.
A lot of things that came out. No, I'm gonna tell you. I swear to you that I did not know.
Oh, I believe you, man. I was texting Cammie. I was telling her that this was just very, like, I imagine if you ever get my kids on, like, I know it's different, but there'd probably be things that come out that I had no idea about either. So yeah,
I would love to do that if you can work that out. I did talk to Kevin.
Dynamite.
Wow. I would love to do that, man. I mean, I don't know if they would be willing to do that, but I would love to do that.
Yeah, I'll talk to him.
Hey, thanks so much, my friend.
Yeah, you're welcome. Tell Brittany I said good job.
She's still
Thank
listening.
you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Gotta do a part 2 for sure, man.
Oh yeah. Hey man, let's talk.
So
if
pet
you get a
foods are
chance this
processed
weekend,
at
let's
high
talk.
temperatures.
You got it, bud.
All right.
See it.
Facebook family, as you see, this was not rehearsed, it was not made up, and I am still in shock over some of the things that came out, but it was needed. Family need to be able to survive. Family need to understand each other. And all news that you get from family, if you don't understand, because your focus is not that way, there is no way that you can keep a family together or rebuild a family or continue to focus on making sure that we implant the right things in our next generation. Brittany, anything you want to say to Facebook?
Well, I was just honored to be on the show, and like I said before, I prayed about this. I mean, I wrote in my diary, and just to say one day that I just want to just present my testimony to people. I mean, it was just a snippet of what I was able to say on the show, because I know it's time, but I've been through a lot of things, and I'm very transparent about it. I'm not scared to admit the things I've been through, and some of the best outcomes that I've been through with my struggles. It's helped and been beneficial for me, for where I stand today. So.
Real quickly, Facebook audience, Brittany, if you had 1 minute or less, and I'm just asking this question, and it's not even, have you learned anything over the past 4 years that might make you a better person, might bring you back together, where you understand that family is so important regardless of whatever the situation or circumstances might be, regardless of how hard your parents might be, because as you know, your dad, me, I'm not going to change. I want you to be successful. I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure that you are in my limited power. Yeah, but it always requires a can-do attitude, that you want to do those things too, because I can tell you that you are so talented, you are so gifted, and you have vision, understanding, and focus, but only you can tap into your potential and put that potential into work, where you can be the best person that you can be and be a leader of the world.
What I learned is to be more open. Communication is key. Communication is very important. Now I have to rebuild my relationships with people, friends included, family. After going MIA for so long, I had to learn that, I can't be selfish. It's not all about me. I have that support system, and I need to use that support system. And, where I'm at today, I'm in a better spot than I have ever been before in my life. And also my mindset, I try not to be in a negative mindset. It's easier said than done, but I have to put myself in a positive mindset where I can better focus and align myself to my greatest potential. I see myself and still trying to figure out what my purpose is. I have no clue what my purpose is, or what I'm on here, what I'm here at on earth to do, and I pray about it all the time. And with that being said, it's just I know it's in a way to help people, and I'm still trying to find it, and it's slowly coming to me. But I just have to believe in myself, and I just have to be more open with my communication. It's the reassurance today where I do have that support system, and I can honestly say, for today that me going back to my past and just trying to go, missing in action, it's not something that I would ever do again. And I can honestly say that with confidence because it's not going to happen.
I want to say one thing, and we're going to end this one, is that purpose. I always told you, and I'll continue to tell you, that you have purpose. There is a couple of things that I believe purpose requires if you want to reach your full potential. Remember always that purpose is what's been given to you, what's been assigned to you at birth. And we always going to be on these things called destinations. There's going to be a lot of destinations leading to your destiny. Destination, I believe, is case in point. You coming up and from high school, 9th grade to 12th grade, and you graduate. That destination has ended. You need to start a different destination from college to, and it doesn't have to be that way, whatever that is. From a freshman year to senior year, you graduate, or then you get off into the workforce or whatever that might be. And these doesn't pertain to everybody. My point is that we're going to be on different destinations all our lives. But our purpose in life is completing our destiny. And in order to complete your destiny, we're going to get thrown off our destination many, many times. But we need to have it up here that even though we get sidetracked, get thrown off our path, that we have to figure out a way of getting back on the road. And that's going to require a couple more destinations, however that is. But the main purpose is being able to complete the journey, the purpose you have in life, the journey to reach your destiny. And doing that journey somewhere along the line, this thing called wisdom, because of past mistakes or past things that we have done. Don't worry about what you did in the past. You can't correct anything that you did in the past. We need to focus on the present. But we need to understand that the future is the most important thing that we have to do in order to meet our destiny. And I tell you, Brittany, I love you, baby. Focus is key. Say that, Brittany. Focus is key. And in order to do that, we have to stay the path. And it's been an absolutely pleasure chat with you all tonight. I look forward to having Brittany on the show many more times. And sticking with us and having this stickability, because it's going to be a lot of lessons learned. It's your life. I'm James Cooley